I want to give all praises, honors, and glories to
Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rakakwadash.
and donors to the apostles and those of the great millstone, and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is your brother, I am no Allah, from German Chicago, and
Danyalaba.
we're gonna do a lesson about these tariffs that are being implemented. All right, Trump, he since now he's the head in office. All right, he's implementing tariffs against his own NATO allies. All right, Mexico, Canada, and even China. And soon, Trump is about to put tariffs on the rest of NATO. All right, in the next month. And right now, what you have going on, all right, what you're hearing on the news is that these nations that Trump put tariffs on, all right, these nations are putting they're retaliating back against the U.S. with tariffs. All right, you got Canada, Mexico, and China that are basically retaliating back with tariffs against America, and really, at the end of the day, the Lord, all right, he's controlling these heads, all right, to go to war with each other. All right, Proverbs 21:1, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whatsoever he will. And that's right, the Lord, at the end of the day, is making moves. All right, the Lord is putting the spirit on these kings, all right, to go to war with each other.
Prime example, just read the book of Exodus. When the Lord tells Moses to go up to Pharaoh to let my people go. If not, the Lord's going to smite you with these plagues. All right, even after all those plagues, the Lord still hardened Pharaoh's heart, man. It tells you in the scriptures, man. So, hey, the Lord, at the end of the day, man, it controls the king's heart, man. He's in control. This is his movie. All right. But, the video too.
Yeah, we're going to play a video, what you are hearing on the news.
Has warned the U.S. could impose more tariffs on Canada as a trade war between the neighbors intensifies. Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced he'd impose duties on American imports in retaliation for Washington's levies on Canadian goods. The U.S. tariffs of 25% took effect Tuesday for imports from Canada and Mexico. The tax for Canadian energy products is 10%. And Trump's also adding new duties on Chinese imports, increasing previous levies. Now, all three countries have reacted angrily. Global stock markets tumbled over fears of a drawn-out trade war.
US President Donald Trump announced the tariffs a month ago. Now they're being implemented. He says the goal is to bring production back to the United States.
25% on Canada and 25% on Mexico, and that'll start. So they're going to have a tariff. So what they have to do is build their car plants, frankly, and other things in the United States, in which case they have no tariffs.
Mexico's president was quick to condemn the tariffs, but also stressed she did not want to spark a trade war.
It is by no means our purpose to start an economic or trade confrontation, which unfortunately and regrettably is the opposite of what we should be doing, that is, integrating our economies more to strengthen our region. Nobody wins with this decision. On the contrary, it affects the people we represent.
The Canadian Prime Minister was more combative with his response, saying the US had already launched a trade war against its closest ally.
Canadians are reasonable, and we are polite, but we will not back down from a fight. Not when our country and the well-being of everyone in it is at stake. Canada will be implementing 25% tariffs against $155 billion worth of American goods.
The US has also placed tariffs on Chinese goods, 20% up from 10%.
And a lot of things come from China, and at the end of the day, who's the ones that paying? At the end of the day, who's the ones that are paying for tariffs? It's the consumer, us, man. So everything's about to get real expensive. All right, in America, man, relies on these other countries for resources, man. All right, So hey, everything's gonna get expensive, man. So hey, it's gonna get hard, man. All right.
China is
Almost everything toy you grab or anything you grab, a lot of that shit says made in China, man. So hey, expect for things to go up in price, man. All right.
retaliating with levies on US agricultural products, including pork, poultry, milk, and soy.
We advise our American partners to put aside their bullying demeanor and return to the rightful path of dialogue and cooperation soon.
China, Canada, and Mexico are America's 3 largest trading partners. Their economies are tightly interwoven. The retaliatory tariffs will make US goods
And
more.
before this video, we were watching another video where was it
The state of Ontario,
Ontario,
they threatened to like cut off some of the U.S. States' power supply.
So yeah, even some of the states rely on Canada for power, man. You know, so like that's big, you know. All right, maybe yeah, you can expect to see electricity bills go up, man.
Expensive and ramp up inflation. Despite warnings from business and economists, Trump is sticking to his policy, and he's threatening to go even further by levying tariffs on European goods.
Okay, and I got a precept.
You want high performance tools, long lasting?
Mark 3 and no, not Mark. Let me get this one, Revelation 17 and 16, and it reads, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. All right, and those 10 horns is talking about NATO. All right, and you know, Canada is a part of NATO. Mexico, no, I don't think Mexico or China is not a part of NATO, but you know, hey, these nations, man, you know, even NATO is starting to hate America, man. All right, and they already do, man. All right, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. And they were coming into the time where hey, these nations are about to launch, you know, missiles on America, man. All right, because hey, a lot of these nations are tired of America's bullshit, man. All right, for the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill His will, like the scripture He brought out what in Proverbs. You know, the Lord is in control, man. You know, all right, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is a great city which reigneth over the kings of the earth. And that woman, that whore, is talking about America, man. All right, so hey, we're in the last days of America, man. America is on its downfall, man. All right, you know, America's about to get hit by missiles, man. All right, but that was it today. Okay.
Yeah, you know, you're seeing these tariffs, you know, that they're getting spoken about in the news, right? You know, that just makes it sound like as if, you know, of course, you know, we're coming into the times of Jacob's trouble, right? Time like no other. Here's Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 6. Yeah, see now and see whether man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. So yeah, you know, in the time of Jacob's trouble, all right, you're gonna have men, all right, that are gonna be, you know, terrified in these last days, all right.
Right.
Yeah, verse 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And nay, Jacob's trouble, all right, is a time like no other, all right, no other in the history.
Right.
So it's about to get real brutal out here in the streets of America. Right? People are about to, you know, destroy each other's houses because of, you know, the lack of goods, right?
That's right.
And for great tribulation.
And it says that, but he shall be saved out of it, and that he's that talking about the remnant that's going to be saved, man, in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. All right, these tribulations, these famines, right, the you know, is for you 2/3, man. All right, the Lord's gonna take care of His elect, man. All right. I had a scripture. Let's see. I have this one real quick. Mark 3 and verse, what is it, 25? I'll start at verse 23. 23, and he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. All right, and that's what you see, man. Satan against Satan. Esau against Esau, man. All right. Recently, I think it was last month. I don't watch hockey, but I seen a brother share a video where it was Canada versus USA hockey, and before the game even started, man, there was like 3 fist fights, man, and then when they put out the American national anthem, people were booing at the American national anthem, man. Those Canadians, man. So, hey, that the president of Canada is an Edomite, all right, and hey, he's against Trump. Even the president of Mexico, she's an Edomite, man, of Amalekite. She's against Trump, man. So yeah, you see Satan against Satan, man. And if the kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. So, hey, you see Esau's kingdom divided within itself, man. All right, so hey, Esau's kingdom is about to collapse, man. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand, but hath an end. All right, so hey, we're at the end of America, man. Because hey, you see Esau against Esau, man. Esau's not on one accord, one mindset, man. All right, they're against each other, man. All right, especially last year during the elections, man. It was intense, man. All right, it was an intense elections, man. Hey, you just saw Esau against each other. The Democrats and Republicans going at each other hard, man. So, hey, we're living at the end of Esau's kingdom, man. All right, this is Yapa.
Right, and in the midst, as Esau's about to go at each other's throats, right? 2/3 of our people are about to perish, and it's about to get real ugly out here in the streets of America. And the elect are going to be the only ones that are going to make it through this, right? And I got here at Acts 14 and 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Hashem, Yahushai. And yeah, us, of the hopeful elect, all right, we also got to go through it too, right? Through much tribulation, right? In order to, in order to be, redeemed by Yahweh Hashem, Yahushai, because hey, the Lord also has to try us, all right? The Lord has to try us through the fire, as gold is tried, all right? And we're also coming into the hour of temptation. That's why, you're seeing Esau's making moves, or Esau's about to, implement the RFID microchip by, collapsing this U.S. dollar and all these other economies around the world. This RFID microchip that's about to get implemented is going to be a global thing, all right? And that's why in the scriptures it says, that's why it's called, the hour of temptation, right?
I got one in Obadiah chapter 1. I'm gonna skip around a little bit. I guess I'll start at verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high. And hey, you saw super prideful, man. I thought it was just a joke, man, but recently I found out, man, that they just changed the name to Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America, man. All right. And then I think during the video that we saw previously, Trump was talking about making Canada one of the states, the 51st state. So Esau's prideful, man. All right, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, and that's how these Edomites dwell, man. They're cavemen. They're the original cavemen, eating flies off each other's hair and lice. All right, and just go to downtown Chicago. And a lot of these Edomites live in those high-rise apartment buildings that are 50 floors high. it's like a cave in there, man. It's all made out of concrete. But reading that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? And that's the pride of Esau, man. He really thinks nobody can bring him down, man. He thinks his kingdom is gonna last forever. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and that's Esau's. The eagle is one of Esau's symbols, man. All right, you got the eagle, American flag or whatever. All right, and an eagle is a prideful bird too, man. Believe they're one of the birds that fly the highest as well, if I'm not mistaken. But reading on, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh. And you got Edomites. Esau has the satellites up in the heavens, man, and in space. All right, but hey, the Lord's gonna bring Esau down, man. All right, the Lord's gonna, take him down, man. All right. Let's skip down to verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There's none understanding in him. So even America's allies, man, they're gonna turn on America, man. They're gonna become America's enemies, man. All right. Shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and the understanding out of the mount of Esau? All right. So hey, Esau, Esau's, the Lord's destroying Esau, man. All right. But that was it to that. You had any other scripture?
No.
No.
Yeah, no, that was just it to that, so, expect, your grocery items, to get extremely high.
Mm-hmm.
Right? People are about to be spending, a loaf of bread for, $100 or so, because in the scriptures it tells you that,
It was talking about like also appliances, like I saw they were talking about fridges, stoves, microwaves are gonna go up too. So, it's gonna get hard out here, man. So just be ready. But go ahead, brother.
Well, yeah, with that, we hope that this lesson was edifying.
Mm-hmm.
We want to give all praises on the verse 2, Yahweh,
Hashem, Yahushai, B'Hashem HaKakodash.
and Shalom until next time.
Shalom.